Good morning, good morning, good morning to your face. Hi, and welcome to Lattes with Lisa. This week we are talking about managing performance without a formal HR department. So let's jump right in. The conversations you avoid cost you the most. Take a moment to think about that. The employee who keeps missing deadlines, the manager who avoids addressing conflict, the team member who's great technically, but very difficult to work with. Those situations don't get better on their own. And here's the good news: performance management doesn't require any fancy software, corporate HR systems, or endless paperwork. It's really about one thing: clear, consistent communication. Here's the reality: many small, medium businesses avoid performance management altogether. Why? Because it feels uncomfortable. Nobody wakes up excited to have a tough conversation about underperformance. But when these conversations are avoided, here's what happens: frustration builds among team members who are pulling their weight. Disengagement spreads when employees don't know where they stand, and legal and compliance risks grow if there's no documentation to back up your decisions. So, performance management doesn't have to be big and scary. It's about setting expectations, giving feedback, and keeping a record of progress. Small businesses can absolutely do this without a formal HR department. And here's how: some strategies to work with. So, the first thing I would suggest is an SBI framework. What is SBI? Situation, behavior, impact. It's a very simple and effective way to give feedback. Situation describes the specific event. So, you would say, in yesterday's client meeting, the behavior there, you focus on what the person did or and not who they are. So you interrupted the client several times. And then the impact, you share the effect. And it made the client feel unheard, which could affect the relationship. And why that works: it removes judgment, it keeps the conversation objective, and it focuses on the outcomes. And the second thing I'm going to tell you is that you need to do regular check ins, not just annual reviews. Annual reviews are outdated. They're too little, too late. Instead, you need to aim for short monthly or bi weekly check ins. Keep them simple: 15 minutes, two questions. What's going on? What's one thing we can adjust to improve? Three questions if you want: what's something you need from me? Um, Example: one of my clients just replaced their annual review with a monthly 15-minute coffee chat. Their engagement scores have jumped because their employees finally felt heard in real time. And the third strategy I would say is documentation for fairness. Documentation is not about being corporate, it's about fairness and protection. Keep a simple log: date, topic, summary of feedback, and next steps. This shows consistency, avoids he said, she said, and protects both you and the employee if things escalate. Tools can be as basic as a shared Word doc, Excel spreadsheet, or even notes in a manager's journal. So let's talk about an action checklist for this week. Use the SBI framework in your next feedback conversation. I will challenge you to do that. Um, Go back to your office and schedule 15-minute monthly check ins with every single member of your team. Put them on the calendar today. And then start a simple performance log, even if it's just one page per employee. In closing, I will say performance management isn't about systems or paperwork. It's about communication, setting expectations, giving feedback, and keeping track of progress. When you make it consistent and simple, your people feel supported and your business runs smoother. Next week, we'll tackle the challenge every leader is facing today, and that is generational differences at work. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us.